Howdy, Solo Man here. Yeah, I'm still alive. Just. And it's a real nice sunny day here today. Kind of spring-like. Still a little bit cool though. But you can't really go anywhere. And if you do, you get accosted by all dog walkers everywhere. I swear there's more dogs than people in this country. But most of them aren't real dogs, they're just pets, you know. They don't hunt or nothing. But I was reading some news about around here, and there's a girls' school. I didn't think they were allowed just girls' school. I don't think they're allowed boys' school, are they? I don't know, maybe. But it's the first in the country to offer a skateboarding scholarship. Yeah, well, that's cool, man. Now, I know in America they offer scholarships for, say, sports like for football, because America loves football. But skateboarding? Of course, it has to be a girls' school, right? So I guess that would help them on their job interview, I guess.
Well, hello, Mrs. X. Please
Hello.
sit down.
Thank you.
Is that chair comfortable?
Yes, it's fine.
So, how do you think you can help this big engineering company move forward?
Well, I'm a really good skateboarder.
Really? We are very lucky to have you. Here's the key to the executive toilet.
No, thank you. I could do with a poo.
Yes, might not quite go just like that, might it? So here's a trend that's been for many, many years in the area I'm in, or the country I'm in, actually, is that when a family has femons, the mother, which is a femon, always sends them to, say, ballet school. You know, in the evenings or the weekends, they get them to do that. Just the girls, of course. Or they send them to dance school. And all these things cost a very great deal of money. And they go to these schools, these special schools, for years. And I'm just wondering how that's going to help this femon in the working world. In the real world, anyway. Because to me it seems such a great deal of wasted money. But not to the femon, because it usually isn't her money. And when they have a coffee morning, they can say, well, my daughters are going to dance school, you know. It's all for show, fakery. And because I don't know what tomorrow will bring at my age, if I'm going to be still here, I'd like to tell everything I know that I've experienced through my life. And some young men ask me, are femons crazy? Well, the new breed are all crazy by the look of it to me. And whereas in my day you could find a femon that wasn't always crazy, they are a rare breed, of course, but they also could be crazy at times. And I don't mean funny crazy, I mean bat crazy. But for you young men out there, the way the femons are acting now, then consider them all crazy, and take your necessary safety precautions. And here's some experience that came from my father. What isn't actually crazy, but it's a strange thing to do for sure. We were drinking together some time ago, and he just kind of told me that one day he went to work. He was a taxi driver in a small town in Canada. Didn't have much money, of course. And he came home from work, and my mother had ordered a complete bedroom and living room suite, and had had it delivered, and it was all set up in the house that we were renting. And it wasn't cheap, maybe not crazy, but a bit odd thing to do when there was no money around. And here's another one he told me. My mother apparently answered the phone for the taxi company to get orders, but I guess my father and her had an argument. So she stopped answering the phone, which means he didn't get any work. And of course, didn't get any money, which meant she didn't get any money, and nor did the family. I mean, I'm sure there was another way to get at my father without making the family and her and suffer, don't you think? Anyway, moving on. So even though there are femons out there that are not that crazy, because the other femons are making such noise and causing so much trouble and showing how crazy they are, even the normal femons, I mean, there must be some, are getting tarred by the same brush. So the man is protecting himself from all femons. And you'd think these other good femons, or reasonably good femons, would say something to the other femons to shut the hell up. But they don't, do they? So they're going to have to suffer too. Because even the dumbest of men out there now can see femons for the crazies they are. And they also can see that marriage was just a prison cell for men, and just a legal way to rob him. Things were bad enough even before the pandemic, but the pandemic has just made everything far more worse. And now the government and the police forces have got extra powers to control us. Do you think when the pandemic is all over, they're going to give those powers back to us? And they're doing a census in this country at the moment. And if you don't complete the census, you can get £1,000 fine. God, this makes me feel so glad that I'm not living in North Korea. Happy trails, guys. Watch your back.